Have you ever experienced, even once in your life, being surrounded by any wild animals? I myself haven't experienced any, but if you're gonna ask me if I would like to try, well, I'm not really sure. But interestingly enough, there are a lot of people out there who are brave enough to take on a challenge and be in a face-off with wild creatures. And not just any wild creatures, but I mean alligators and crocodiles that we're talking about here. Welcome to Animals Wild TV. Let's get started. Being surrounded by huge wild animals is definitely something that worries me. So I really got curious about people who have the courage to do that. Wow. And as curiosity lurks inside me, I go search on the net to find the most interesting and most intense encounter of humans with wild animals. Here's what I found out. Chris, who's already featuring his various escapades with the wild, has experienced a close encounter with huge alligators and crocodiles. According to him, it's one of the most amazing wildlife experience that he has ever had. As you can see in his captured video underwater, he has a close meetup with a huge 15-foot crocodile and a big 13-foot alligator. That looks scary already. Some would see this encounter as a nightmare, just like me, but not for Chris. Instead, he sees this as a great opportunity and a dream come true. More like a nightmare for me. Talk about something extremely different, right? As I tried searching for other videos, I found out that this is not the first time that Chris has encountered a giant crocodile. In fact, he has already seen the same wild creature 3 different times already. Returning to the same area to see if he could find it again was his actual quest.
Oh, hello there. Are you looking for me? It's nice to meet you again. Always glad to have guests.
As I've observed while watching the video, the area where Chris is at that moment is looking really cool. I found out that it was actually fresh water, so lots of different kinds of fishes can actually be found. It's like a different world out there. But of course, you can also see in the video that this is also a place where animals like alligators and crocodiles live. Going further, the visibility of the water is observably different depending on the areas. As you can see in the video, there are several areas that are very clear, and there are some that are quite murky. Even Chris mentioned that he's trying to strain his eyes to look into the water for any possible threats. Looking around would be a good thing to make sure that no alligator or crocodile would appear and ambush him. Of course, a set of eyes in the back of your head might help with that too. This underwater quest is definitely thrilling. Wouldn't you agree with me? Joining Chris on the hunt for wild beasts, it seems that we have spotted the very first clue, letting us know that we're on the right track. The marks in the sand, if you can see it, are actually the marks of a dragging tail from a big crocodile moving along at the bottom. Chris also observes that there are quite a few footprints in the mud too. Man, having this kind of adventure almost feels like I'm underwater trying to search for that crocodile myself. The area seems to lead right up to a huge pipe, so it's possible our target is hiding inside. So Chris, as you can see in the video, turns the lights up on his camera to take a good look inside the pipe. Ooh, this is freaking me out. It's freaking intense and exciting all at the same time. But what we found was that the pipe was actually filled with various walking catfish. They're known to be an invasive species in South Africa, which are actually nocturnal, meaning to say they mostly come out at night and they hide in dark places during the day. Hey, you looking for crooks? Surprise, you found us, you crazy kook. Going deeper and farther, I noticed that the area became murkier and the visibility became worse. It's definitely hard to look clearly if I'm down there as well. But as Chris tries his best to see anything, he eventually spots a shape ahead. And not just any shape, but it's a massive alligator, everybody. We have found the target. This just gets more interesting, doesn't it? As I was watching the video, Chris drifts to the other side of the alligator and he said that he decided to dive down to have a closer look. Looking at the size of the animal, it's totally gigantic. Imagine how many bags and shoes you can make with this guy. Both Chris and I observed that the head is surprisingly bigger than Chris's chest, and it looks totally incredible down there, just sitting on the bottom of the foggy water having the time of his life. Definitely, this alligator is big enough that it could actually see any other living creature as his prey. Just like Chris, those massive white teeth are definitely something. Interestingly enough, Chris has also mentioned this in the video that alligators break their teeth off and grow them back. This cycle will be going around for quite a while, so these creatures could actually have several thousand nice and pretty white teeth in their lifetime. I'm jealous. Going to the dentist to have my teeth cleaned off is definitely shouting effort, and here alligators are having a life hack for it. Watching these divers being in the water definitely amazes me. However, it also seems like one of them, Kevin, is unfortunately getting hypothermic. Well, it's actually pretty normal, getting cold in the water if you're in there for a long time. Turns out that his teeth began to chatter and his lips started turning blue. Going for a rest, he sat up on the bank to warm himself up. But what happens next is more exciting and really, really intense. Next to Kevin is actually the crocodile they were searching for this whole time. Just watching the video is already thrilling enough. What's more if I'm actually with them, right? This is giving me goosebumps, or in this case, crocodile bumps. According to Chris, the probable reason as to why the crocodile even went near is because it probably detected him shivering and was on its way to investigate. Observing the wild beasts, it is indeed a massive one, at least 14 to 15 feet long, and also large enough that he can see the divers as potential preys. But this whole underwater adventure that I'm seeing right now is truly something cool. Imagine being surrounded with a huge 13-foot alligator and 14 to 15-foot crocodile. This is definitely insane.
Hey there, buddy. You wanna hang out with us? It's pretty cool down there. You know, you're welcome to my home, just don't eat all my snacks.
Interestingly, alligators and crocodiles are sometimes treated by some people as one similar animal. Even I'm having a hard time identifying which is which. But looking at this video, the differences between the two are quite noticeable. Even Chris explained the differences between the two. As you can observe, alligators have rounder and broader snouts, while crocodiles have much narrower, pointless snouts. Alligators also have darker colors as compared to crocodiles with much lighter coloration. Bringing us to the end of this sea escapade, Chris and his buddy took one last dive down to have a clearer view of the crocodile. However, as he was leaving, the crocodile decided to go up, probably to get a breath. So Chris swam over to get a much better look at it. Right after taking the opportunity to capture photos here and there, our main character in the show decided to head down and very slowly sink to the bottom, and eventually disappear as if nothing intense has ever happened in the first place. Alright, that was quite the intense adventure. Being surrounded by huge alligators and crocodiles in just one place is something that I don't expect will happen to me. I've watched Lake Placid way too many times. So being able to see people who have personally experienced it totally left me awestruck. What do you think about these terrifying yet exciting encounters with these wild beasts of the water? Would you want to experience the same thrilling expedition, not knowing what lies ahead? Why not share your thoughts using the comments section below? Oh, and by the way, thanks for watching. Also, don't forget to click the like button and subscribe to our channel. And while you're here, why don't you also check out the other animal videos that we have?